Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Articuno duos for the newer players out there. I just want to give you a bit of confidence so you can see that you can be doing this yourself. If you have 2 or 3 or 4 people, you're not going to need a big group because Articuno is going to be extremely weak to rock. So I did power up my shiny. It was a good IV that I caught in the wild. I have a 100. I'm maybe holding on to it for a community day, but Rampardos as it is perfectly fine to power up because it is simply the best rock type attacker. Now you can see these counters here on Pokebattler. You do have Shadow Tyranitar. Rampardos is third, but Tyranitar is going to be having a better time to win. It is just going to take more. So just take note of that. It is going to be hitting the hardest here. And of course you can use your Mega Aerodactyl, which you're going to be getting that rock boost as well. So I am actually going to be using my level 51 Rhyperior. It is going to be best buddied, 100% IV, and it dishes out the damage. Now the thing is, it's going to be part ground, so it does take a lot of damage from those ice moves from Articuno. I didn't encounter too much shadow hits, but I just, we just did a couple here. Now I am going to be doing these specifically for the Galarian Articuno XL candy. I'm sure they're going to, have the same candy. If they have a form change, well, it's going to basically be the same candy. Now, look at this ad. This is crazy. My shirt at the top left. Poke AK-101 blocked you. Are you kidding me? Let's freaking go. Now, I know it's targeted towards me, but it's still pretty funny. So we're going to also see Zapdos soon, and that is the one where I'm going to go hard. I'm not going to spend too much money on these Articuno raids. I'm going to do a few. This was the one that eluded me is regarding a shiny. For the longest time, I've only got one. And I did a bunch of raids. As far as the IVs, I have horrible ones. I don't know what's up with this one here. So we'll just see what we do get. Now, regarding the Galarian forms, we did go over those a few videos back, but I think the Zapdos is going to be amazing. Flying and fighting. Now, if it does get counter, it's going to be amazing in Ultra League and in Master League and Master League Open. It's just going to be like that because that's just what it is if you have counter as well as getting stab on it. And if you have a high attack, yeah, it's going to be looking pretty good. So I'm stoked about that. It's not restricted to whatever team you are on, right? We remember when these legendary raids were starting to come out, it was just whatever, everything was there. I still remember the first time. If you're newer, let me give you a breakdown of what it was like when the raids first happened. So here in Anchorage, Alaska, there's a Kaladi Brothers. It's a coffee shop here. It's about 9 miles away from me. It's a good amount of time. I got reports. Somebody told me the first raid popped, and it was a Lugia. So it was Lugia and then Articuno. And it was absolutely insane. The people in the coffee shop were just like, what the hell is going on? Because at this point, these raids have never happened. A week into it, business is starting to get used to what the heck was going on. Oh, and by the way, we're looking at various different moves, and I'm actually going to go in here with quite a few Rhyperiors just to see what happens. We're able to still do it. You do have to do some dodging. Well, you don't have to. It helps out quite a bit. If you don't dodge, you're obviously going to have to re-lobby. But anyways, after a while, these businesses got used to it, and it was just bananas. I remember a few of the gyms got removed when raids got introduced because it was just a little too overwhelming. And then, some of these people are old school. They're like, nah, some people can look at it as a way to bring in business, and they took full advantage of it, which they should have. That was great. It was nice to see businesses that were happy, like Pokestops, or drawings of Pokestops, or just Pokeballs, or just special things, whatever, like show me your Pokemon and you can get a discount or something. Even if they didn't have that and they were just welcoming you into the store, if you were respectful, it was good stuff. So if you weren't here to experience that, it's okay. Well, I don't know. I think in big cities, you still have groups showing up here. In Alaska and Anchorage, I don't know how it's really going to go down, but with these remote raids, it certainly did kill that scene as far as the future's going. And then not only the remote raids, because of what had happened, you still have people that are going to be forever in that scared state of mind. So we're just going to never go back to the complete normalcy that we were at. So anyway, Rampardos is tearing it up like it usually does here. Articuno doesn't stand a chance. It was just one and done. It was always just one and done. The only way you can fail is if you, I don't know, maybe get a bunch of shadow hits, maybe get rubber band a bunch, froze, but you should have plenty of time, as you can see here. And I was dodging a few times here and there, which is a little bit unnecessary. And sometimes, you know, you wanted to hold on to that rock slide, get that off to do the damage, but for the most part, you can let all of it go. But anyways, we're completing this one here, and we're going to go ahead and go into the final one here, folks. And this is going to be the Rhyperiors. All right, let's see how they do here. Now, I do have all these Rhyperiors powered up because, well, one, I'm a Rhyperior fan, and we actually needed them. I do believe it was for a Zapdos duo that we were doing back in the day, since, you know, it has rock, which is super effective, plus the ground typing, which is going to have the resistance to electric. It just worked out great. So you can pretty much use the same Pokemon to go up against all of these birds here. Moltres is also going to have a massive weakness to rock, so it's going to be the kind of same situation as the Articuno here. You're going to be able to easily duo it. Zapdos is going to be a little bit different. You're going to be able to duo it, but it's not going to... 3 is going to be more comfortable, I'm going to have to say, for that one. So what I suggest is Rhyperiors. I mean, you got the rock plus the ground. There are going to be a few other ones out there. You know, you can go full on, just straight attack with the Rampardos and your Mega Aerodactyls. Aerodactyl is going to take super effective damage from the electric moves. But if it does have like some sort of like Drill Peck or something, then you're going to be able to resist that. But yeah, otherwise these birds are really not too difficult. Back in the day, it was the Golems. I still have mine. I think I transferred one, but it was all about the Golem, and you couldn't duo it. It was all about the trio. We just simply didn't have Pokemon that were strong enough. Nowadays, it's very easy. I mean, you got the Megas, you got remote raids, you have level 50s, you have stronger Pokemon in general, more variety to pick from. So yeah, you know, and that's good. You know, it was bound to happen, like we've been talking about. And soon, like we discussed in the past before, I believe it's going to come down to a point, if you've spent enough money, you're going to be able to actually solo these raids. It's not like, oh, you got the perfect Pokemon. It's like, yeah, you're going to need those perfect counters, but also you're just going to be able to just simply overpower it. I'm talking like Gigantamax, stuff like that. Anyways, if you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll be catching you all on the next one. Take care.